Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 mod spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Steyr AUG mod, which is being made by user the Shiny Haxorus, and what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is of course none other than the Steyr AUG, which is a pretty wonderful addition into the game. Though a little bit of an oddity for my channel, as a lot of you guys know, I don't typically like to look at mods that add in more modernish style weaponry, for the simple fact that personally I play Fallout to play with weird Fallout guns, and this is definitely not a weird Fallout gun, but it is technically lore friendly, though that depends on if you consider Fallout Tactics to be canon, as in the Fallout Tactics game you can find a weapon simply named the Steyr, and it is a pretty cool gun in that game that I used quite a bit when I used to play it, and is just as fun, if not more so, of a gun here in Fallout 4, considering all the cool modifications you can get for it. And thankfully it's pretty easy to get your hands on here, as you can find it as loot on various raiders and gunners, as well as purchasable in a large number of shops across the Commonwealth. And of course, since it is on raiders and gunners, if you find a legendary enemy with one, they will of course have a legendary version, and there is a unique legendary version that spawns over at Fraternal Post 115, which I will leave it to you guys to go and find and play around with as a little surprise. We'll just be looking at the standard versions of the gun here today. So let's actually take a look at what you do get, and the standard AUG is a pretty awesome weapon with a large number of modifications that we can adjust, and we'll start with 54 damage using 5.56 ammunition with a firing rate of 131, and that's for the automatic. If you're on the semi-automatic, I believe it's 50, but we can double check that here in a moment. We also have a range of 287, accuracy of 73, and a weight of 9.6, and overall, it is just a beautiful gun. But then again, I have a bit of a thing for bullpups, and this has always been one of my favorites, so yeah, I'm a little bit biased, but it is just cool. And let's actually take a look at two other versions that I made real quick here, this one being a really nice suppressed version with some Picatinny rails, etc., and still using the 5.56 ammo, but with a bit of a damage modifier on that. Very fun. And then we do have a semi-automatic version here, which does, as you can see, have a different paint scheme on it that you can adjust. And yes, perfect, I wasn't lying when I said a firing rate of 50 on these semi-automatic ones. And you can also see here, we can actually change the ammo type from 5.56 over to 10mm rounds if, like me, you know, you have a lot of those lying around. It's good to use them up, and it'll still do the same damage as the standard AUG no matter which you go with, either the 10mm or 5.56. So let us go and have a gander at the various modifications over here, and I'm actually going to go off of this version rather than the standard because, boy, there are some modifications with this gun that when you change will change what other modifications you can get. And we've had mods like that in the past that allow you to do that, and they tend to be a little bit glitchy as to if they'll show or not. So I'm using this one today for our demonstration so that hopefully we can see the full range of scopes and things like that. So we'll move into the suppressed AUG and start up at the receivers, where we have two choices of either the standard A1 receiver or the A2 tactical receiver. And you'll notice when we go to the A1, a lot of things disappear. That's because, like I said, you go with one part, it'll change others. The A1 receiver has to be used with the integrated scope, so we can't use that lovely Picatinny rail with that EOTech scope that we have on this current weapon if we switched receivers. So yes, you have the choice between the two. Other than that, they do actually change a bit of the stats. As you can see there, the A2 being a bit more accurate, but a bit more heavy. But overall, good weapon choices nonetheless. Now, in the barrels, we pretty much have the same deal here of either A1 or A2. These don't change the stats, though, and really are just more of a style choice between the two of them. We then have the magazines, where with the 5.56 we have either a 30-round magazine or a 60-round magazine, and I can't remember if the 10 millimeters are the same, but we can check that out in a moment, because of course the magazines do change depending on whether or not you're using the one round or the other. Now the next is suppressors, and I actually think this is my favorite modification for this gun. I am so bored of the standard suppressor that we see on so many guns in this game, and this has a huge list of different styles of suppressor, and I love that because it's not just the same old tube we see on almost every other gun. We can get a variety of different looks, lengths, textures, camouflage even on them. It is awesome. I really love this just giant list of suppressors if, you know, you're feeling sneaky. Now, next is the tactical attachments, where we either have none, a flashlight on the side, or a fun laser sight, which will slightly improve the accuracy. As you can see, it raises it by 5 if we go between the two of these here, and of course increases your hip fire accuracy, which is always nice to have for any of those jump scare moments. Now the next is the skins category, where we have a wide variety of different skins, and these change depending on which body you're using. On the tactical AUG, or the tactical A2 rather, we have the either black polymer, blue black polymer, dark green default skin, the fancy hunter, I like that one, the green digital skin, green polymer skin, light blue digital skin, neon pink digital skin, pink black polymer skin, red gray digital skin, and finally a tan polymer. If we go with the A1 body, there is an entirely different set of paint schemes, which again we'll go and look at in a moment. Now after that, we have the ability to put a hand grip on here. Now again, this is only available on the A2 tactical, where we can get either no hand grip or the A3 tactical hand grip there, which is pretty awesome, as you can see. The next is with the sights. Now this is on the default sights up here. You either have the no sights, A2 tactical glow sight, or A2 tactical iron sight. If you're using the A1 body, it'll also be the integrated scopes in here as well. We then have up there, we can put sights on the Picatinny rail. We start, of course, with the ACOG, an Aimpoint, a Barska, EOTech, first class sight, and so you have a lot of fun options there. And then we have the choice to make it either automatic or semi-automatic for no charge, which is always quite nice to have. And then we have the ammo type of either 5.56 or 10 millimeter, and if you do switch to 10 millimeter, you will have to go back to magazines to choose a 10 millimeter magazine. And then finally, we have damage modifiers. Now, I gotta admit, I'm a little bit torn on the damage modifiers. I've seen these on other gun mods, and I understand them. You know, you've downloaded this cool gun that you want to use, and perhaps in end game it's not quite up to par, and so I get that you might want this. The thing that bothers me and feels a bit cheaty is that there's no requirement. If you made something in here, I'd be better with it, but as it stands with no requirements, it just does feel a little bit cheaty. But still, it is there if you do want to go that road. Now let's actually go up to the 10mm version here real quick, because I do want to see if we can get the... Oh no, it's not showing. I was hoping we could look at the 10mm magazines so that we could, of course, double check the ammo count on those. But as you can see, we are getting that fun glitch where it's not letting me go into the magazines there. Let's at least go to the standard AUG here, the A1 version, and we should be able to go into the paint schemes. And no, that is also glitched at the moment. Lovely! Okay, we'll come back into here to take a look at those after we take some shots because, well, it just gets weird sometimes. Let's go to the standard AUG here and pull it out and take some shots with this. There we go. Now that, of course, is with the integrated sight there. And got a bit of a kick to it. Now, I do love the animation, a nice custom bullpup animation for it. And overall, a fun gun, though man does it have some kick. Very cool though, I do like it overall. Now let's switch over to the suppressed version so you can hear that, and well, it's suppressed so you're not going to hear much. There we go, and of course this one does come equipped with the larger magazine, so we got a bit more rounds there to shoot down range. And then of course we switch over to the 10mm version, which basically sounds the same. Not really too much difference there, but this one being semi-automatic, quite nice. Still a very good, accurate weapon, and with the fun ACOG scope on there, very entertaining, and very, very good at taking down ranged enemies. And of course, we got the fun camo skin on there, which is lovely. Now that we've fired, let's try and go back into the workbench here real quick, and since I have this one attached, I'm hoping that it allows me, yes, there we go, we now have the 10mm magazines, which are either a 25 round magazine or a 35 round magazine, so yes, they are different capacities from the 5.56. Now let's see if we can go back to the standard AUG. There we go, perfect, the glitch is done. And we can look at the different skins here. Now we have a default skin, which is the same on the 4 Echo skin here. At least to me, it looks identical. Maybe someone with more of an artistic eye can tell the difference between the two. We also have an Arctic skin, a Blue Tiger skin, a Gray skin, Ken Polymer, Ken skin, Millennia skin, Red skin, Rotsbua Black, Olive, and Tan, an Urban Digital, and a Gold skin. And doesn't that just look fancy? Oh, it's nice. But yes, so that should go through all the modifications. I think I got them all with the various, you know, fun glitches that occur when things change. But overall, a very fun gun with a lot of good modifications, a lot of just cool things you can do with it, and of course, it's just a cool bullpup gun. And like I said, I got a thing for bullpups, so, you know, I was bound to look at this thing. So let us, of course, go and take out poor Will over here, as per usual. Which actually, I should probably go with the semi-automatic right there, which has the better scope for this. Oh, he's playing with, oh, I feel even worse now. He's playing with his teddy bear. Oh, well, Will, it's time for you to go down. And in one shot, he is down. Let's actually see if we can get the rad stack from here. Well, yep, there we go. I actually do think I got him in one shot, but of course took a few because, well, you guys know me, I miss. And yeah, this is a great little mod. Now, I actually do know that there is another AUG mod out there, but I actually like this one more than the other. It's, I don't know, something about it I just enjoy more, and I've always been a fan of the weapon mods made by Shiny Hacksaurus. He does some pretty good quality. So yeah, if you would like to check out this mod for yourself, and I definitely would suggest that you go and do that. You can take a look at the link in the description as per usual. But that is gonna be it for today, my friends. I hope you all have enjoyed, and of course that you do come back for the next episode when hopefully we're looking at another wonderful mod. But until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.